Hey, what is up everybody? Blaze for here today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing Technician level 28 and showing you guys how useful Riko really can be. Now, Riko recently did, of course, come out as the newest 4-star, and boy, does she make herself known as one of the best 4-stars. Out of the entire game, it's usually going to be Luz, Riko, and Vino who are going to be the most used 4-stars, besides, of course, the man Leon, and they really are very useful units. So if you guys are interested in this video, be sure to sit back, relax, enjoy. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. Let's get straight into the video. So you guys see the stage. The stages have ice, fire, and 2 bless, and the other one has at least a curse, a wind, and 2 ice. Well, this would normally be a problem due, of course, to the what's called attributes that we're dealing with. But luckily, one side is going to have it easier than the other, and that's because of the follow-up attacks that we're going to be able to have due to the downs that Riko can apply. So I'm going to be placing it on the first team here, mainly because the first team is one of my weaker teams and they don't really have a official DPS other than On. But we do still have to use Soy to deal some damage, and of course use Yuki to deal some damage as well. So I think this is going to be the better team to put it on in order to get as many all-out attacks as possible. So the key thing with at least Riko is you want to get as many of these AOAs, because one, she makes it so they deal more damage, as well as our one more's deal enhanced damage as well. The thing with her is she can trigger these said downs, which can allow us to get these AOAs as long as she marks an enemy. I only have her A3. Once you have her A6, she starts like doing this multiple times really quickly in one turn, but we only have A3, so we can only do it like I think once a turn here. But you guys are really going to see it. It's going to be follow-ups with a ton of buff, tons of debuffs coming from me, and just tons of damage from our AOAs. So I'm going to use this team on side A, and then on side B, I'm going to use something like this. But since we have our puppet free, we'll go ahead and use this instead because it might be a little bit better. So let's go ahead and just try and do something like this. This is not a guide, so you guys do not have to follow this step by step, but you could try to do something similar with a team of your own. Now we're going to do this, as you can see immediately, since we got the mark, boom, it goes down instantaneously. We don't have to worry about anything else hitting us. We can just immediately follow up, which our one mores are dealing a lot more damage. If you have Wonder, of course, what's it called, built into one mores, if you have anything that's going with this, or if you even have what's it called, Riko upped, you're going to see this happen a lot. You're going to get these downs, you're going to be able to just monopolize off of them and continuously get these AOAs every single turn. That one down that we just did immediately is allowing us to set up and do an AOA the first turn off bat and continue doing this AOA each time. Now, some of you guys are wondering, why am I not using any like AOE type moves? That's mainly because you kind of want to exploit as much of this as possible, and we do need to do weakness damage in AOAs. If we continue to spam any type of AOE moves, or we continue to spam like very hardcore hitting moves, we could very well end up losing this. So we have to play very, very careful and slowly do this accordingly. Now, we did end up taking a little bit of damage, so what we're going to do is, instead of going ahead and attacking this round, just use our icy defense. We want to make sure everyone lives as much as possible, and then since Yuki has all her stacks, when it comes to her turn, we'll be able to easily what's it called, put on a shield on our team. So we're not really too worried about this. But we get our follow-up, thankfully, with Riko. She's going to be technically using the skill 2, if I'm right, which increases the damage bonus that we can deal. So the enemy is actually what's it called, having higher damage taken. And at 10, if you guys have it at 10, it's like 10.5. But currently, if it is for me, I know, yeah, they're decreased by 9.2. So it is a little bit different, but hey, it's still a really good buff. And Riko is going to make this very apparent the more you end up using her. As time does go on, the more people she ends up marking, you're slowly gonna see us just get easier and easier with these kills. So I could put on a shield, which I do want to go ahead and do, and then we need to immediately knock this guy down over here. So this is going to be a little bit of a harder one that I'm doing here, because of course each time we ended up having not to attack with our ice character, so it is going to be a little bit of a problem, but I think we're still looking good. Go ahead and use this, and we got the down, so never mind, we're not in any trouble anymore, thankfully, because Riko ended up marking it. So boom, get some easy hits, and we got another down going into an AOA, and just like this, we're seeing Riko in action. This is going to make Velvet Trials very easy. If you are a person who's been having a lot of problems with Velvet Trials or anything like this, you don't have to wait till Futaba does come out. You just do need to build a decent bit of characters and use Riko. Now, Riko is going to be helping out at least one whole side. So the other side, of course, is going to be up to you, and you're gonna have to actually do that one kind of normally. But with Riko on one side, you should be able to spam as many AoAs as possible and pretty much just exploit the amount of damage you can really get off. So we've already used our skill 1. We're gonna use our skill 3 to go ahead and give us a little bit of a buff here, as well as heal up our on, because our on is not looking good. So do this here. And another thing that's with this Riko is currently I do not have a universal card with her, so she can actually be doing a lot better with her whole set effect, but currently I just don't got that usage right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, because using another at least AoE is not going to help us out too much. So we're going to buff right here, give everyone a lovely buff, and I'm just going to single target these dudes. So if we get lucky, Riko will end up marking them and we can end up knocking them immediately. If we don't get lucky, that's perfectly fine, because we're still going to knock them all anyways and get another AoA, which is just so easy to do with Riko. It's disgusting. And look at that quick. This is what I mean. This is probably one of the most busted units currently out. And as much as I do want to attack here, we're going to actually go on the defensive, because we have to get as many points as possible. Whenever you're using Riko on one side, you do need to kind of stall and exploit as many points as you want. Any type of attacks that you're doing to an enemy could very well be too little and mess up your score amount. So we don't really want that to happen. We're going to try and at least make sure we get the max amount of points that we can get and continue moving from here. Now, she followed up, she gave us another damage bonus increase, which is very nice, or at least increased damage on the enemy, but we didn't get the knockdown, which is perfectly fine as well. Let's use this here. This should, can we get a knock? Okay, no knock, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and use our AoE. This should kill one of them off, and then we get another AoA stack. Now, we currently have about 26 extra turns, because we did get the kill there. So we have about 25 extra turns with 2.8 mil damage, and then of course once we calculate everything, it'll be even higher. Now, I don't want to waste your times with at least seeing this here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna finish this up and I'll show you guys the results screen. So hopefully you guys see the power of Riko here, and it makes it a lot easier for you guys. All right, so getting to the last part here, you guys are automatically going to see exactly what we're able to go ahead and do. Since it is an attack one, let's go ahead and just pop off our little highlight here, making sure we're able to get that extra shield on down, and then just attack with Narcissus here, dealing some decent damage. And hopefully our AoA should end up killing him, because then that'll give us a lot more points as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get the kill, so it is what it is, but we're just going to go ahead and end it right here, because this should be more than enough points. So as you can see, we got our 3rd star, and you can see how much points that we managed to farm up just because of the first turn. So this is what Riko is really going to excel at. If you don't have her built, be sure to go ahead and do so. She's going to make Velvet Trials a lot easier, especially if you're trying to 3-star all of them. Now, I'm going to be doing the whole series on Technician, and then I'm going to start the series on all of these dudes as well, to show you what teams I end up using and how I get across from them. But till then, everybody, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.